everybody. Just want to get on here real quick and do November Bathroom Chronicles. It's that time again. So much has been going on. This 2020 has really been an amazing year with the pandemic, of course, still going on. And as a matter of fact, things are getting worse. Just no end in sight, it seems. You know, there's a talk about a vaccine, but who's to say when and how it's going to work? All we can do is hope and for the best. But I want to talk a little bit about, with all this going on, this pandemic and all this quarantining and just everything, you know, natural disasters are happening and people are stressed to the max. And that makes me stop and think about, you know, I think that self-care is having a major moment right now. Self-care is big. Self-care is important. I mean, you know, self-care is a direct result of self-love, first of all. So when I think about what it is, self-care is basically the act of taking care of yourself physically and mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, making sure you're getting what you need to feel okay, to be at peace, spending time, whatever that might be, whether it's a long drive or it's listening to music, praying, you know, whatever that is, self-care, you got to take that time and that moment to take care of you. And I say, especially to the mothers and the people who take care of other people, and I've been one of those people. Today I'm just taking care of me. And that's a big enough job right there. But just think, you know, for us who in the past or still maybe taking care of other people all the time, whether it's your children, your husband, your family, your parents, you might have elderly parents, but you're constantly doing for other people. And sometimes it's very, very easy to forget to do self-care, to forget about taking care of you. You know, you love everybody. You have an abundance of love for people that you want to help and you want to be there. But you got to start first with some of that love for yourself. So that brings me to what self-care is. And I got some information I'm kind of browsing over to share with you all. It's the self-awareness that you need time for yourself. That's the big thing. You need some time. You need to buy out some time for you. You know, you need to find an hour, a couple of hours, a day, a week, or whatever your schedule might allow, but find some time for you. And when I say find some time for you, I don't mean time that you're still trying to do this, you're trying to cook dinner, you're trying to help with homework. No, you time, me time. You know, that's some time when I don't care if you have to go in the bathroom, lock the door, run the tub, light a candle, get a glass of wine, get in the tub, and just throw your head back and relax. I don't care if you have to put on your pajamas, climb up in your bed, lay back on your pillows, close your eyes, and just relax. I don't care if it means putting on that sweatsuit and jogging or walking even around the block, up and down, and just until you're just exhausted and you're sweating, and then you just at one with the elements. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Whatever that looks like for you, whatever that looks like when you say me time, what does that mean? What does it mean? So, you know, and I'm going to say this, me time don't mean when I'm on the Facebook and I'm on the Instagram and I'm tweeting and I'm doing all that. No. That's time for other people. Me time is essentially you cut off, you unplug from everything and everybody. No TV, no music. I mean, no, you can listen to music because that's soothing and calming. But no TV, no news, the cast, none of that. Not even your favorite show. Just you and your spirituality, your relationship with a higher power, which I choose to call Jehovah God. But being at one with the universe and with yourself, laying there and calming your heartbeat down. Just let it calm down. You take some deep breaths. You know, this really works, people. I'm going to tell you something. We're going to do this together. Okay. We're going to do 5 times. We're going to take 5 deep breaths and we're going to let them out. So I want you all to just relax. Close your eyes. And I want you to breathe in through your mouth. Okay, what I did is I took a deep breath and I took all that air in and I held it for 5 seconds, I think it was, and then I let it go through my mouth. So I had that wrong. I want you to breathe in through your nose. Take a deep breath through your nose, hold it for 5 seconds, and then slowly let it out through your mouth. So let's try that again. Close your eyes. Forget about everything. Here we go. Now, feel those shoulders go down. Feel some of that tension leave your body. See, your head feels a little clearer. Nice. If you do that 5 times in a row, 5 deep, deep inhales through the nose. And out through the mouth. 5 times in a row. And then just sit in it. Just sit in it. Nice. That's what I call me time. When I do that, and I hold that breath for 5 seconds, I'm like pushing out all the negative, all negativity, all toxic thoughts, all stress. Just me and my breath. I'm focusing on the breath. I'm focusing on how magnificent my body is. I'm focusing on how my God made me so perfect. So perfect. My diaphragm expands. And every one of my senses get involved in relaxing. Wow, y'all. Simple, don't cost a dime. No money involved, no expense. Don't need no special set of equipment. Don't need no teacher, trainer. Don't need no video to look at. You just need a quiet place, no interruptions, and the ability to focus on self and on your breath and your breathing for that 5 seconds or whatever it takes. So do that 5 times. You can over time go up to 6 times, 7 times. If you get up to 10 times at a session, and then sit there for 15 seconds or so. See how you feel. And we're gonna practice. I'm gonna practice that. I'm gonna make a deal with you all. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna practice 5 times at least. 5 times, once a day. I'm gonna take 15 minutes to do this thing, this breathing thing, once a day for the next 2 weeks. How about I come back in 2 weeks and we see, get some comments. I want you to, comment. Tell me how it works for you. Tell me how you feel. Tell me if it even do anything for you. If it don't do nothing for you, say it don't do nothing for me. Just say it ain't work for me. I don't think everything's for everybody, but I think some things is for everybody. Some things for anybody. Try it. Try it. You just never know what you might get out of something if you don't try it. I just think that's really important. So that's what I'm talking about, self-care. And there's other ways, eat right, eating better. I'm diabetic, so, I'm struggling. I'm going to be real transparent and real clear. I'm struggling. I check my blood sugar every morning after fasting all night. And those numbers, I live by them. I'm trying to stay 120 and under in the morning. Today was 128. Yesterday was 105, so I'm kind of in the range. And that makes me be aware of what I'm eating throughout the day. I've been quarantined. I've gained 20 pounds at least. And I need to stop. At this point, I need to get a grip. Because I always used to say to myself, when I used to watch that show, you guys ever watched the show, My 600-Pound Life? And I used to sit there and think to myself, why did they let themselves get that big? At what point didn't they realize that they stepped there overboard? That, my goodness, how couldn't they not just at some point pull back? Well, folks, needless to say, I found out the answer to those questions. It's not that easy. Once you develop those bad eating habits and those bad practices, it ain't that easy to switch them up. It takes a concerted effort to change anything. It takes effort to change anything. Old habits, you got to create new habits to replace them. So, having said that, then what am I going to do to change my outcomes? What am I going to be intentional about when it comes to my health? What am I going to be mindful of when it comes to me being more healthy? Taking care of my chronic illness. Living the best life. You know, I always want to say, oh, I'm living my golden life. I'm living my life like it's golden. I'm living my best life. Well, my best life means my best health that I can have. And not to say I'm going to have perfect health. That's not going to come till we're in the resurrection in paradise somewhere. But listen to this. What kind of health can I have today in spite of everything around me, all the pollution, all this crap? What can I do to be my best in the middle of all this? And it's true, we can have some measure of control. You can have some measure of control over you and your lifestyle and what you eat and what you do, no matter what's going on in the world, no matter what. Let's talk about stress. You know, sometimes I have conversations with people and they say, oh, I'm so stressed. I'm just so stressed about this. I'm so stressed about that. It's just one thing, you know. And I'm coming to terms with stress. I know that some stress is good. We all need some stress. Stress is what motivates you. Stress gets you going. You know, when something gets a little uncomfortable, you get up and do something about it. But there's a level of stress that you got to level out at. There's the plateau. You can't go, when you start going above that, now you're stressing in a negative way. See, there's a positive stress and there's a negative stress. So we want to stay on the side of the positive stress. That positive stress will make me exercise a little bit. That positive stress will make me think about what I'm eating a little better. You know, and who I'm dealing with. That's another thing. Another thing brings me to the thought of who are you dealing with? What kind of people in your life? People can bring stress into your life. You can have stressful relationships, and sometimes they can be family. Not to say you need to cut everybody off, but you need to really limit and quantify and really take a good look at the time you're spending with people who bring negative energy to you. And how much of that negative energy you're going to allow get into your inner space. It's all about that, you know. Say, for instance, I'll try to give an illustration. Say, for instance, you got a cousin. And you love her dearly. Y'all grew up together. You know, that's your homie. That's your girl. But every time you talk to her, it's something negative going on. It's something, if it ain't the kids, it's the man. If it ain't the man, it's the job. If it ain't the job, it's the money. If it ain't the money, it's the body. If it ain't the weight and the body and this, that, and the other. Whoo! And she never, ever has a positive solution. She's never into the solution. She's always into the problem. And you try to offer some tips and some advice or just some information, and oh girl, I tried that. Oh, that don't work for me. They ain't gonna do it. Yes, that don't work for me. That worked for everybody else. I tried all that, and it ain't. You don't understand. This is different. And you go, okay. Well, good luck with that. Good luck with that, because I don't know what else to tell you. But here's what I do know. I don't want to sit and listen to it all day long. I don't want to spend 30 minutes on the phone with that negativity. I just don't. I love you, but I don't want to hear all that. Especially when you're not trying to do nothing about it. How about we have a conversation kind of go like this? Hey, cuz, what's up? Hey, girl, this is the same old thing. Really? Well, girl, you got to do something about it. Oh, I done tried everything. Well, I'll tell you what. You're be like me. Don't sweat the small stuff. Have you ever learned how to let go and let God? Girl, let me tell you what I do. I go by the old saying. If it ain't petty, don't sweat it. And if it's sweaty, don't pet it. You get that? If it's petty, don't sweat it. And if it's sweaty, don't pet it. That's all you got to do. Don't pet it. Don't fondle and stroke and caress that negative stuff. You keep it coming. Oh, I hate it, but oh, I don't want to have to deal with that, but the kid. You know what? Don't pet it. Let it go. You know what you do is say, well, I'm tired of dealing with that one. So if it's the kids, then we're going to have to find a way for them to deal with what they need to deal with. If it's the schoolwork, then y'all going to take some of this responsibility for your schoolwork. I'm not the teacher, and I've been to school, but I'm going to try to be here to help you get your work done, but I'm not going to do it for you. And I'm not going to get headaches because you don't want to do it. And when it comes to the man, how much control you got over your spouse? Let him be. He's a human being. Let him do what he want to do. You as a wife, you want to make sure he eat right and everything, but can you really make him? Don't bake them pies, he won't eat it. Don't bake that cake, he won't have none. Try to cook a little healthier. Then never, get them. Suggest that y'all take a walk and get them in front of the TV watching football all day. Take a walk. Do something together that's fun. Do something together. Get a Netflix movie. Lock the bedroom door. Get a Netflix movie and some popcorn, and y'all have a night. Date night don't mean you got to go out somewhere. Date night in the house. Do something together. Something positive with your man or with your wife. That's how you get rid of some stress. When it comes to job, how much control you got over the job? If you're in a job that you just hate and it's that stressful, start looking for another job. You ain't stuck there. Ain't nobody got a whip and say, you gotta work here. You better work here. I don't care. You better. That's not how it goes. You chose that job. You interviewed for it. You applied for it. You interviewed for it. You said, oh, this is the one for me. And 4 years later, you go, Lord have mercy, I hate this job. Now's the time, Cupcake, to find another job. Look for something better. Look for something you like to do. I left a job in corporate America, running an accounting office, management. I left all that, and I decided that I like helping people. So I got into the nonprofit. I got into the thing of helping people in shelters. I started working with domestic violence victims. I started working with chronically homeless women. I started working with women out of corrections. I started working with people who been on the streets for years and years, working with social work and police work combined to see if we can collaborate and do something different. I started doing things that got me excited in the morning. I started doing a job that made me want to get up and get going. Can't wait to get down there because I got this going, and we're going to get some housing for this person, and this person just got in treatment, and this person is doing good. Yay! I like what I did. See, that's when you get excited about it. You want to go to work. You want to. But if that job is dragging you and stressing you, I don't care what it's paying. Don't let money be the price of your peace. I'm going to say it again. Don't let money be the price of your peace. Think about that for a minute. I love that paycheck, but I'm about to lose my mind. I love that paycheck, but the responsibility is overwhelming. I can't lay down at night for thinking about what I got to do for the next day and the budget and this, that, and the other, and the meeting I'm supposed to attend. Oh, Lord, I can't enjoy my home. Got my family saying, what's wrong with you? I'm busy. You ain't at work? I know, but people, stop. It's a choice. Self-care. Care about you. All that means is care about you. You can care about that job, you can care about everybody, but care about you. So, anyway, some other things I wanted to talk about. Self-love. Let's talk about that. What does that look like for you? What is self-love? Okay. Here's what I found out. Self-love is about cultivating gratitude and acceptance toward yourself, physically and emotionally. Cultivating gratitude and acceptance. What does that mean to you? Well, let me see. How do I cultivate gratitude? I'm grateful, thankful to be alive today. To be alive. To be able to get up out of my bed, get myself together, fix me something to eat, do whatever I got to do for that day. I'm alive, I'm breathing, I'm enjoying life. It's just that simple. That's developing gratitude. I'm thankful for a roof over my head because I know so many thousands and maybe even more are homeless. That makes me appreciate what I got. I'm grateful for that little putt piece of car I got because it runs. Somebody ain't got a car and wish they had one. I probably live like a queen compared to some people. So I stopped whining about what I ain't got and started being grateful for what I do have. I got a roof over my head. It's not a palace and it's far from a mansion, but it's my little place, my little piece of the world where I can get myself together. This is where I take care of my hygiene and my food and this is where my space is. This is where I live. I'm so grateful for that. See, and then cultivate acceptance. You ain't perfect, Tina. You're imperfect. I can accept my shortcomings. So you ain't got that A1 body. You never did have it, thought you did, but you never really had that body. But the body you always thought you wanted to have. You ain't got it. So what? Work on what you got. Take care of the one you got. If I need to shed 5 pounds, get busy and figure out how to shed 5 pounds. How to tone it up. Because not only will it look good, you feel good. So have some acceptance about that. Quit body shaming yourself. Quit body shaming yourself. I think that's sad when you body shame yourself. I hate my body. I hate the way I look. Do something about it or shut up. Just that simple. Acceptance, self-acceptance is said toward yourself. If there's things about you that you need to change, that you know is ugly, let's be honest now. I'm being transparent. There's some things that I just know I need to stop. Them character defects I have that I need to really ask God for help on and do something about. If you have a tendency to be selfish, learn how to give somebody something. Do a random act of kindness. Give somebody something. Buy somebody a meal and knock on their door and say, here. Or, do something for somebody. That'll help counteract the inclination for selfishness when you start to give and do things for people without expecting anything in return. I ain't saying go out your way and be crazy and go buy somebody a car or something, but you can do a little thing. Write a card and put $20 bill in it. Send it to somebody that you know is struggling, some single mother, somebody that could use it. Say, here's something for you. A night on the town, not for your kids, just for you to go do something for you. Go get your nails done or something. Something for you. Do an act of kindness. That's when you can feel like you're giving something. And it takes you out of that selfishness. So those are some things, like character defects. If you have a tendency to be dishonest, work on that. Work on honesty. When you catch yourself doing a little untruthful, say, whoa. That ain't who I'm trying to be today. See, people lie for a lot of different reasons. A lot of times people lie because they don't want to be exposed. They lie because they think they're going to get something or miss something. And so when you have to look at, why am I telling that lie? Why am I living that lie? Why am I being dishonest about something? Do I need to prove something to somebody? I need to have a good relationship and a clean conscience before my God. That's what I need to do. So I better work on that. Or that tendency. There's just so many negative, because we're so imperfect. We're human beings. We're imperfect. We come with flaws and all. So we have to embrace that and work with with the negative things we want to work with and the positive things we want to embrace. We want to say, Tina, that's a good thing about you. You got a nice, kind heart. You like to help people. You're a good listener. Whatever it is about you, build that up. We don't all have the same gifts, but find out what your gift is. And then use it and utilize your gift. Because we all have some kind of a gift. Some people are better talkers. Some are better listeners. Some are better at doing things. Some are more creative. Whatever your gift is, use it. Stand in it. Stand in it. Embrace it. It's yours. It's yours. These are just some things about self-acceptance. You have to practice self-love. You have to practice it because you don't always have it. You don't always be aware of it, and you don't always utilize self-love. You just get caught up. So one thing you can do is they call affirmations. Say some positive things to yourself. There's a tape running in your head that all the negativity that you done heard when you was a child. You ain't gonna never be nothing. You ain't gonna never do nothing. You ain't gonna never have nothing. You just this. Change that tape. And say, you the bomb. You all right. You a good person. You got a good heart. Girl, you got it going on. You are blessed. You're a wonderful creation. God didn't make no mistake with you. Say some good stuff to yourself. You are capable of whatever you set out to do. Anything's possible with you. The sky's the limit. Girl, you got a shot at your dreams. Go for that. Tell yourself that. Change the tape. And every time that negative tape starts to play, boop, cut it off. You hit that eject. I'm not listening to that. You're a lie. I'm not that thing or that person I thought I was or somebody said I was. I'm the person that my Creator made. He made me to be in His image as perfect. My humanness makes me imperfect, and I get to work on that. Like say for instance, if you're so caught up on losing weight, throw away the scale. Get rid of the scale. I put mine over in the corner. You gonna stay over there till you learn how to act. Because I'm sick of standing on you, and every time I stand on you, there's a negative thing, and I'm sick of negativity. I'm not gonna stand on you no more. That's just what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna quit weighing myself every day or every other day. I was weighing myself every day. Not like I'm gonna lose a massive weight overnight. I slept it off. So I quit weighing myself. So that scale is really, put it in the corner, put it away, get off the scale. Quit weighing yourself. Start working out. Start doing something. Don't weigh yourself, because weighing yourself just make you realize that you ain't lost nothing. And I look at that scale and I go, dang, I lose nothing? I thought didn't eat that much yesterday. Just start living what I want to be, living it, not thinking about it, not planning on it. Just live it, live it, live it. I see myself slender. I see myself not eating as much. I'm not gonna cook as much, and then I won't eat as much. See, there's some things I can do. Some things like quit comparing yourself to people. That's another one. Oh my God, look at her. Oh, she got the greatest skin. Wow, her teeth are pretty. Oh, she is just built like a brick house, whatever they call it, brick house. Oh, look at her pretty legs. Her toes are even pretty. Her hair. She's just everything I'm not. Stop comparing yourself to others. You look in the mirror sometime and say, you know, girl, you all right. Yeah, you got a wrinkle here and a flaw there. Yeah, you ain't, you know, I'm going to tell y'all something. I'm 71 years old. I look in the mirror and I say, you got it going on. You got it going on. You still hanging. You know, you're still hanging. You're still doing all right. And you work with what you got and enhance what you got. You know, do take a little time to say, well, you know, I'm not going to go out the house looking like any old thing. Take the time to care about yourself. Put on a little something, a little lip gloss. Put a little something on your eyes. Say, okay, fix your hair up a little bit. Say, all right, I'm ready now, world. I'm ready, world. How about me? Do that for you. Do that for you. You know, so that's a self-care. So quit comparing yourself. You will never be Portia Williams and Beyonce. You just ain't going to be that. I'm sorry to tell you. I don't care who you are. You're not going to be that. And you're not going to be that with your, getting on internet with your boobs hanging out. I'm just going to tell you the truth now. But can I just be honest with y'all? Some of y'all doing way too much. They call it doing the most. You know, for that 15 minutes of fame. Come on now. You ain't got to sell your soul. I ain't got to get out there and show everything that God gave me so that y'all can say, ooh, look at her. Let's check her out. There, you know. Because you attract the wrong kind of attention. You attract people, especially on the internet, you attract trolls. You attract people who just want to bash you. You attract people that want to prey on you. Stop it. Stop that. You ain't got to show everything you got. My Lord. Goodness, you can be beautiful and still modest. I mean, I got a thing on a sweatsuit on today, and you know what? It's just an old sweatsuit, but guess what? I look decent. I look decent. I ain't exposing everything. You know, we all got a little something that could show off if you wanted to, but you ain't got to show it all off. Leave something to the imagination. I grew up in a generation where a man liked to wonder about what you got. A man liked to look at you and say, what's going on with her? Or just get an idea. Like, wow, she got a nice shape there. Just give him something to imagine. Y'all just throw it all out there. The buffet here, you didn't even want to know why he don't want no dessert. He done ate it all. He done had everything. He done seen everything. Him and everybody else. Everybody at that table looking. Stop that. You don't have to do that. So when you love yourself unapologetically. You don't feel bad because you have self-love. You don't let anybody tell you, you vain or this, that, and other. That's not true. You have self-love. I love what my God made. I love what my Creator did when He created me. I love that I am. I love that. And there's nothing to apologize for because you love yourself. You better love yourself. If you don't love yourself, who is? Who gonna love you? Your mama might love you. Sometimes she gets sick of you. But they might love you. But other than that, who's going to love you? You're looking for love in all the wrong places. Stop looking for love in other people. Love, self-love, self-love, self-love. Another, self-love is about loving yourself unapologetically, and self-care is about taking care of yourself and taking the time to feel good in the skin you in. That's what it's about. So, where self-love and self-care are two different things. They're both necessary to be healthy. You got to have self-love and self-care to be a healthy, whole human being, you know, and to be able to have a fulfilled lifestyle, fulfilled, you know, not wondering and lacking or thinking you're missing on something, but be fulfilled. You know what that really means? Fulfillment. It means hitting all the spots, taking care of business, doing what you're supposed to do. Those, you know, self-care allows you to have a healthy relationship with yourself. By taking care of yourself, you get healthy, and you don't beat yourself up over little things. When you have a healthy relationship with yourself, you don't beat yourself over the little things. You know, when you practice self-care, you refocus your brain, you refocus your mind, you give you something. When you take self-care, like I said, you get rid of toxic and negative energy, and you bring in that positive energy and that relaxing, and you refocus your brain so you can think better and you can think clearer. It's just like meditation. Some people meditate. It's the same type of thing. When you can refocus your brain, you meditate. you know Something to think about, though, is that we're all different, so one size don't fit all when it comes to taking care of yourself. It's about an individual you. It's about who you are and how you take care of yourself individually. So one size don't fit all. And what's so important about self-care is that when you spend time trying to discover it, and the time you spend trying to figure out what it is that makes you happy, even if it just makes you a little bit better. You don't have to do big things. It's just the little things that make you feel better. But it's something you can add to your routine, to your life, and helps to reduce your stress. And it slows down age, and it slows down your life. It just slows it down. You don't have to live life in the fast lane all the time. We have a tendency to always just run this race, run. You don't have to live life like that. Live life in the slow lane sometimes. You get to watch others go by. So the other thing is that self-love and self-care can do for you is achieve self-confidence. When you have self-love and you practice self-care, you become self-confident. And now that's something we all need to strive for. It's how you feel better about yourself and what you do, and you accept your flaws. You can accept the shortcomings, the flaws you have. You're not beating yourself up over every little thing that you don't have or can't do. You accept yourself. The most successful women that I've ever known have confidence. They have confidence for all the obvious reasons. And it starts because they love themselves. It starts with me because I love myself. I am a confident woman. It starts with you because you love yourself, and you can be a confident woman. So you can't, there's no way you're going to be able to have time to love yourself and indulge in all this self-care all day, every day. It's not realistic. It's not feasible. And you should be setting yourself up to fail if you think so. But what's important is that you make an effort. You make the effort to incorporate some of these things we talked about. Make an effort to do some self-care. Make an effort to take some time out for yourself. Make an effort to refocus your brain and get rid of negativity. Just a little bit. And like I said, your body image, stop body shaming. Get rid of the scale. Stop jumping on the scale. Just think about things like that. Don't criticize yourself so much. You can be your own worst critic. So if you add self-care and self-love to your routine, I'm going to just say this for me. I have added self-care and I'm adding self-love to my routine, and it begins to make me feel better about myself. I begin to feel better about myself. When I feel better about myself, it shows the world. What I give out is more positive to the world, and so therefore everybody benefit. When I feel good about myself, we can all benefit. We can all get something out of it. It helps you to grow, and your self-esteem grows, your sense of self-worth grows, and your stress levels are lower. I'm gonna say this: self-love and self-care is not about rewarding yourself. It's about spending time with yourself. Spend some time with yourself and loving every minute of it, the time that you spend. Even taking the time to listen to this video is self-care. It's self-love. I'm talking about something for you or for me or for any of us. So that's right there is an act of self-care. Just to sit here and listen to me talk about self-love and what it means, and self-care and what that's about and how to describe that. So that's something to think about. I want you all to think about that, and as we go forward, this has been a hard year, but it doesn't have to end like that. You can make it what you want it to be. You can react the way you want to react. I'm not caught up in all that. I'm very neutral when it comes to politics. I want what's best for all of us, just like we all do. I have my daily routine where my spirituality is important to me because that's what keeps me centered. I live alone now, and that's really unusual. I have always lived with someone. I lived with my parents. I got married young. I had kids young, so I've always had children, and then I've had grandchildren. I've had people living with me. I have always lived with people. And in 2016, when my husband passed away, And I got sick with cancer. I lived with my sister for a year and a half, and then I moved into a little small place of my own. And this is my very first time living with just me, nobody, being responsible for just me. And you think that'd be like, oh yeah, hey, got it going on. No, it takes work. I have to learn how to take care of me. I'm having to learn how to just be okay with just me. I don't need chatter around me all the time. I don't need somebody talking to me all the time. I can do things like I can read, I can watch a movie in peace, I can study my Bible in peace, I can do things that enhance me. I can cook something I like to cook. I can get creative in the kitchen and try some new recipes. I have neighbors that I can chit chat with and interact with if I just need some people around me. I have things I can do. We're quarantined, but I get to go to the store, I get to shop, I get to do things and with my mask on and being very careful. And then I come back home and whew, nice to have a place to come back to. I appreciate my life. I truly appreciate my life. And I'm just saying to you, don't let 2020 be the mark of your life that is so negative that it's like, I'm not rushing 2020 away. I need to live every day of it. I don't know about y'all, but I sure I want situations and circumstances to change. But as far as time, I need time. Y'all that's on the other end, y'all got a lot. You feel like you got a whole lot of time. Well, I'm on the winter of my life, so I know time is limited, and I want to enjoy or just at least live every moment of my life. Every breath I take, I want to take it. I want to know. So ain't no rush to get to 2021. It's just no big rush for me. I need to go, let's see, the date of 12. I need to get to November 13th. That's tomorrow. If I can do that, I'm doing good. I'm living one day at a time, y'all. I am living one day at a time. You too. Actually, all you get is 24 hours anyway, no matter who you are. You get to live 24 hours a day if you make it through the day. And then you get up and you do another 24 hours a day. And I need all my 24 hours. And if you string some 24 hours along, you find out, you look back and say, wow, that was cool. I didn't know I accomplished something. And then you look back and see what you did in those 24 hours. Did you do something good for somebody? Did you treat yourself good? Did you do some love on you? Did you love on you a little bit? Were you a good listener to somebody? Did you try to help somebody? Did you practice some tolerance and patience with anybody in those last 24 hours? Looking back, did you do anything? Did you kind of help somebody with this whole pandemic thing to tell them it's going to be okay? Did you try to talk somebody down off the ledge? Somebody that was freaking out. Can you say, hey, hold up, it's going to be okay. You're okay. Well, don't stress out so much. You're going to be okay. And one lesson I've learned is no matter what you're going through, people, hear me. I'm going to say this again. No matter what you're going through, I know for a fact this too shall pass. Believe it. It ain't going to last forever. It might feel like it. It might be hard. But trust and believe it's not going to last forever. It will pass. There's a lesson in it. Now, sometimes we don't get the lesson. You might have to keep repeating you have to keep repeating it until you get the point of the lesson. Till you learn it, you might have to repeat the subject. I try these days not to have to repeat the subject over and over. Okay, can I get to this brain faster? Can I do what I need to do with it faster? Do I have to be beat over the head with something before I can learn something? Oh, it's a lot. But what's important for everybody, especially with all this going on in the world today, is politics, is the weather is off the chain. It's got earthquakes and hurricanes coming from one way. You got the fires out west and burning everything up. You got tsunamis, you got tornadoes, come on. The weather is just doing all kinds of things. And then you get a global pandemic, not only just in one place, it's all over. You can't run nowhere and escape this. It's everywhere. And then you get all these rules. You got to wear this mask all the time. Woo! You know what? Got to do it. Sometimes we have to just learn how to be obedient. Just be obedient. It ain't hard. Nobody's taking your rights away when you ask you to wear a mask. Nobody's depriving you of anything. I ask you to wear a mask. If not for you, wear it for me. I have underlying health conditions. I don't need to catch the COVID. I probably won't survive the COVID. See, you might get it and a week later you up and running. I might get it and I'm on a ventilator and in a coma. And next thing you know, they crying over my ashes somewhere. Oh, Tina was a good old girl. She was. Oh, remember how she was? Like, y'all, come on now. I don't want to go out like that. I don't. I want to go out with natural causes. Natural causes. I don't want to hurt. I don't want nothing. I want to go naturally when the time comes. I don't have to rush it by being ignorant. If they say wear a mask, wear a doggone mask. When you get it, if they say, here's one big one. Crowds. Stay out of the crowds. And then the crowd could be at your own house. Hang out with the people that live in your house. If you're going to have Thanksgiving, and I know y'all are, many of y'all that can't live without Thanksgiving, you can have that turkey and that dressing and his collard greens and macaroni and cheese and sweet potato, candy yams, and all that good stuff. You can have it with the people you live with. Don't invite 20 other relatives over and say, well, it's just family. Family could be exposed to something you don't know about. And they ain't going to keep no mask on. Quit lying. Talking about, oh, well, they all over, they all going to wear a mask. Get off yourself. If you all are stuck up in the house and it's winter time, so you know you're stuck in the house, everybody ain't sitting in the house with a mask. That's that's hard to believe. And then everybody's over the food. Ain't nobody just serving the food. Everybody didn't make it fixing the plate. They done pulled the mask down while it's up under here somewhere while they fixing the plate. Did everybody wash their hands? Do you really want to play Russian roulette with your life? Do you? Here we are talking about self-care and self-love, and yet you go around and you have a big old gathering and you have 20 relatives over and all y'all hanging over the turkey and cutting up stuff and reaching over and coughing and carrying on each other, and you say, oh, I'm practicing self-love. You ain't practicing self-love and love for nobody else either. So that's something to think about, These are just some things I wanted to talk about for November. It's about over. We're about not quite halfway. But, we're getting close. We're moving fast toward the end of this year. And, want to be able to look back on 2020 and say, I made it. I made it and I made it okay. I came out all right. I didn't come out unscathed and untouched because all of this touches us in one way or the other. It touches us in different ways. It touches our emotions. It touches us psychologically. It touches us physically. Some of us have been ill. Some of us have had other things going on. Economically, it touches us. But it doesn't have to beat you. It doesn't have to define you. It doesn't have to scar you. You can come out of this and you can hold your head up and you can be grateful and you can feel thankful and you can breathe like we talked about. Take that deep breath. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. It really, really is going to be okay. So, anyway, I think that's really all I wanted to talk about pretty much. Once again, stay safe, people. The numbers are rising. I don't know if the vaccine is going to ever get to a point where we can feel like it's safe. If they come out with one, let the healthcare and the essential workers get it first because they need it so they can continue taking care of us. Try to FaceTime and talk to your loved ones. Pick up the phone, call people, tell them you love them, you're thinking about them, send them a card, do something. Let people know that they're not alone in this. There's so many people that are lonely and have nobody. If you see somebody, just say hi to them. How you doing? Ask a stranger. How are you doing? How are you handling this pandemic? Are you doing okay? What's your name? I'm going to put you in my prayers. Make sure you're okay. You need anything? I don't have much, but here's $5. You need a meal? Can I do something to make your life a little better today? Can I ease your pain a little bit? Because I know that God has been so good to me. Really, so good to me. Can I be good to somebody? Can I practice some of that same compassion and humility that Jesus had? Oh, what an example to follow. What an example, what a model to follow. Of some of the characters and the qualities that he showed the people. He was approachable. He was forgiving. He was humble. So can you be humble enough to care about somebody else? It starts with caring about yourself. Self-care first. Self-love. And then you love everybody else. You can love other people. But it starts with you. So, anyway, that's going to be probably November Chronicles. I know the election is just about done, I think. I don't know. So we don't know what the next regime is going to look like. But we do know that if we do what we're supposed to do, and we take the time to practice some social distancing, you know, I had a video about how to wash your hands properly. You know, you can't just go hit them under the water and think you're gone. No, that's not going to work. You're going to have to put some soap, and you got to really wash them. And then you got to make sure you get between these fingers because they get dirty. And don't forget here, this is one of the places that catch more dirt than you would think. And then those nails. And make sure you do all that stuff. And then don't touch stuff. Get your paper towel and dry stuff off. Cut the water off with the paper towel. Then dispose of it. Then get your little hand sanitizer. Wear that mask. And let me tell you something, the mask don't belong under your nose. I just can't believe the people I see that wear the mask under their nose. Why bother? If you're not going to cover the areas that breathe in, then you're not doing any good. Or here's another pet peeve. I don't understand when I see parents, say in the store pushing a buggy, and the parents have on masks and their children don't. I'm like, the baby must be immune. Do they think the baby can't breathe in? I don't know how they think. I don't understand that. That's so beyond me. If anybody knows how that thinking goes, tell me, because they won't put the mask on the children, but the parents will have a mask. So common sense prevails. Common sense will get it done. And wear the mask. Anyhow, you all, thanks for listening. If you like my videos, please subscribe to my channel, Miss Teeny Baby Walker, Bathroom Chronicles for November. And also hit that like button, and I'll be back. I'll be back for December Chronicles, and it's going to be good. Got some good stuff for you. See you then.